whips work better when you're in the grass because you have a lot of stuff to push against you. When you're on a smooth surface like this, you can get rough.
Okay, and can we just have quiet in the house? We have very, very good acoustics in here. Every little side chatter is noticeable.
This is a whip I made. This is the second whip I made. So anyway, let's hear how it sounds in here. What's that? Exactly. The whip is a very precise instrument, so you can use a very small amount of force and you can make a big sound. Or it's all about your physicality, so I can do a very small flip, I can make a pretty big sound. Or if I use a lot of force, and the whip goes faster than a speeding bullet. So what you just heard was about the sound of a gunshot, basically. If I were, right now, loud. You're great in the front row now, don't you? Okay, so this is 10. This one I made is 10 feet. That's about 10. I mean, I could get really close to one of y'all and not hit you, but it is.
Yo, how close can you get it to one of us?
Yeah, let's not test.
No. What did you say?
Nothing.
Okay. Does somebody have a question?
That'll hurt.
Okay. So this one is 10 feet. From the.
Wait, did you practice like Indiana Jones?
I'll show you in a second. So this was 10 feet from the heel knot to the top. So the one I made is about 6 feet long. And again, it's all about your physicality. So again, like I showed you, I could do a really small little movement, and I could get a pretty big sound, not with this one. But because this one is shorter, I have to use my timing difference. So I'm a little quicker. There is a trick called the fast figure eight.
Rowan,
What's up?
do the four corners.
The what?
The four corners.
I'm down. This one is a professionally made whip. Have I hit myself? Not on purpose, but I have hit myself. That's all about learning.
Did it hurt?
No, actually, very little. It hurts initially. You get a little red mark, but after about 5 seconds, it goes away.
You ever be like hitting apples with it and it's using bricks?
I'll show you. I hit myself in the legs a lot. Hit myself in the arms. Hit myself in the face. Hit myself in the eye, even. Not fun. Don't do it. Don't own it. This one is freshly made with kangaroo leather. This, I believe,
Yes, it is.
was made by the guy who made the whips for Indiana Jones. His name is David Morgan. In fact, this hat is made by the same guy who made the hats for the movies. It's $500. This one. There's a trick called the fast figure eight. Can you do two at the same time? Not me. You know, I could try. There are people that do two at the same time. The guy
Talking so fast.
teaches me. He was actually a teacher here. His name is Darren Wilkerson, or Mr. Wilkerson.
Oh,
He lives very close by, and I take lessons. These two are different lengths. The timing will be a little bit different, but I have these two. Ooh, that happens a lot. When you get on stage, smooth stage like this, it gets a little difficult. There you go. That's all I can do with that. Let's see. I will show you some tricks now. I'm going to use this one. So the very first trick you learn is called the cattleman's crack. And it's a very simple up and down. See how little movement I use? Maybe very percent. Yeah.
What happens if you like do it?
What?
What happens if you do it hard?
If I do it hard? So most people, when they first handle a whip, they try to go like this. And that's how you hit yourself. That's not how you do it. If I really put my physicality into it, again, it's all about your physicality. So I can make a very small sound with a very light amount of pressure. That happens a lot. Or I can use a lot of my body. And really make a very big sound. So that's what you're asking, right?
What's the loudest you go?
Probably that. Let's see. Oh, that was good. Hold on, so
I feel like that's gonna reach me.
you won't. I know where you are. That's pretty loud. So the first one you use,
Like it.
the very first trick you learn is called the cattleman's crack. It's very simple. It's also called the circus crack because if you're, taming a lion or, getting a cattle, then you have the reverse cattleman's crack, which is that. Right? Put those together, you got a slow figure eight. Put them together fast enough, you get a fast figure eight. Ooh. That was good. That was good. Well, I'll tell you what. These soft floors, they're very smooth, right? So this whip can travel a lot, even though I'm going to stop it right here. See how it goes out? I practice on the grass. So the grass, you have a lot of small blades of grass that push against the whip, so that I can tell it exactly where to go, and it will stay there. But because nothing is pushing against me.
Do you feel one with the weight?
What's up?
Do you feel one with the weight?
That, you don't even know how good of a question that is.
I know how good it is.
That is a great question. The whip is a tool. There's this guy who trained Harrison Ford for Indiana Jones. His name is Anthony DeLongis, and I learned a lot from him. And his whole thing is about being one with the whip. So the whip is an extension of your arm, which is an extension of you. It is your partner. It is not a weapon, it is a tool. It is your partner. You are doing a dance with him. There's even a dance move he created, a kind of a dance move that he does, which is this. Are you ready? Here we go. Ready? Anyway, let's see. There's this one. And then you can do that backhanded.
I am like,
No, you're not. Look at you.
Everybody listening? You can do that backwards.
you lock in,
really
yeah.
fun tricks that if Lila, my lovely assistant, would come up for me.
Ooh.
Hey, is there any words that get you started when you first start? Start?
What?
Is there any words that like pump you up?
Words? Like words of encouragement?
Yeah.
Like you're. No. You just kind of do
I
it.
usually
Yeah? Would you care to share it?
You do something you love, you have words with her.
Like I.
Lock in, bro.
Not all that. Kobe!
Yeah.
Sure.
It's like that.
You know, you can do. I usually do
What's your name?
Indiana Jones. This is my lovely assistant, Lila.
Lovely.
Hi. I'll bring back Lila, please. Dude, okay. So she's gonna help me demonstrate some moves. You wanted to see the four corners, right? Yeah. Okay. So this is a trick called the four corners. It's a very simple trick. It's a very beginner trick. Imagine. Everybody listen. I have a square. We all know what a square looks like, right? I tip it on its side. Put it above me. I have a corner there. I have a corner there. Corner there. And a corner there. And I can. Oh, let's see if I can get it. That's four corners. That's two overhead. There's the forehand and the backhand overhead in quick succession. Anyway, Lila, please take the stage. And we just put your arms above the
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. You ready? Do you trust me? Are you sure you trust me? Very quick little trick. You saw it in Indiana Jones. It's called the wrap. You can do the wrap around. You can do the wrap around the torso. You can do the wrap around the legs. You can do the wrap around the neck. But I'm not good enough for that. You can also put your arm out the left side. And I can do a quick little. I can wrap the arm or the hand or even the finger if I wanted to, if I can get it. Right. Very soft thing. And now, I want to show you something softer.
What's that?
I have some spaghetti noodles. What? And don't worry, I'll clean up the spaghetti noodles. And Ron, I'll clean up. You ready?
What?
Okay, let's turn a little bit this way.
Oh,
Turn this way.
oh, I think you got it.
You move your feet right there. Is that line? Okay. And then turn. So they can see this moving a little bit. That's not here. This is just me getting ready. I'm not wanting to do that. Now I'm in.
I heard that.
I lost it.
Damn.
See how close I was? I didn't even touch her. I didn't even touch her. Let's see, what else can I show you? Yeah. I'll go over there. I want to do it.
Guys, disclaimer. It does not hurt
No.
because it cracks and then the momentum wraps around. It doesn't hit me
This is not only
like that.
about
So just in case
The
you're
crack happens here, and then it goes
And then
around,
it goes.
so it doesn't hurt. I never
It
hit.
doesn't hurt.
I never hit anybody. That is my number one priority. Not hit anybody. What's that?
How do you hit somebody?
How do I hit somebody?
Wait, Rowan. Have you ever accidentally hit somebody?
Have I ever accidentally hit somebody? I never hit anybody on purpose.
No, but on accident, like your dad or something? Or
But I have accidentally hit somebody.
Okay.
It's usually my mom. So.
But,
What'd you say? Anyway, let's see.
Mom, that's not-
So I could, if I get in the right.
What's your control character? You gotta get it, bro.
Ta-da!
That's so fake.
That's it, yeah.
I was like,
What was the other? Oh, okay. Well, then I want to tell you this. This is more of a martial arts and a protection technique. This is how you keep people safe with the whip. There's this. There's this method that is used called the railroad tracks. Everybody all right? The method used called the railroad tracks. And you imagine that you're on a railroad. You're inside those two rails that go either side of you. You're inside the railroad tracks. You right there? You're inside the railroad tracks, but your whip is always outside of the railroad tracks. So I never get into this plane where I can hit myself. I only ever stay outside of the railroad. So that is how that keeps me safe. And it keeps my partner safe too. Because I use the railroad tracks, Lila. Right there. Because I stay inside the railroad tracks, I can get as close to my partner as I want without hitting them, even above their head. And I can get as far away from them as I want.
Okay.
I keep my whip outside of my railroad tracks. I know, it's a lot. I keep myself and my partner inside of the railroad tracks, but I keep my whip outside. So I never hit my partner. Even when I'm going over their head, I never hit because the railroad tracks are right above her face and right below hers. So I always keep my whip outside of my body. So that's a technique that's used for martial arts and to keep everything safe. Anyway, that's all. That's really all.
What about the apple? I thought you were gonna crack the apple.
There's no apple. There's the spaghetti noodles. You want to see the spaghetti noodles again?
you do more than one.
Can I do more than one? I mean, I could do two in one hand.
Like three.
So, before I continue with this, when I don't have a person to help me, I have this little contraption that I made. It's made out of PVC. It's just a little square at the bottom. I'm like Mary Poppins. This little contraption is a little T-square. And it's got two clips on either side. I have to fix this one. But I have two clips on either side. And you can see, I dropped some spaghetti right there. I put a little spaghetti in there, and I cut it off. And then I can also use this if I want a person partner. I can practice my throws to wrap around. You also have the 8 angles of attack, which are your vertical, Your horizontal. You see how I wrap around? Your horizontal. Your upwards diagonal. And then your upward. So you see how I was able to wrap around this way and then this way? That's diagonal. And you have that on either side, so you can do a drag on this side. Anyway, that's just a little contraption I use, but I won't use it because I have a person right here. And I can. You want to face towards the audience? Yeah.
Don't move.
So that's 3 spaghetti noodles in her hand.
You're just blowing up. You're just blowing up.
Yeah, once. Twice.
No shot.
Oh, there's one. You see how small I got that? Get it right to her cheek.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, I never really missed this. Come on. It's because she's moving, that's why.
Marla, stop moving.
It's the floors. Blame
Lock
the
in.
floors. It's getting caught in my feet. Okay, I'm now just seeing how far I am away from the spaghetti. It's getting caught in my foot, that's why. There we go. Nice one. Well, there you go.
All right.
Apparently I can't get 3 at a time. I can only get 1 at a time. Anyway. Yep, that's the whip.
Thank you, Rose.
Let it go, okay. And then we'll do a, yes sir, Ron.
Can she hit some out of your hand?
You want to try?
No,
I'm just kidding.
Let's see,
No.
no,
thank
no,
you.
no, 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 please.
all right. Well, yeah, that's the whip.
No.
There are many ways to use a whip. Whips are used to drive cattle, right? So I like that. When a man is on a horse, you want to keep myself and the horse protected. So we use the railroad tracks. The pop never happens inside the railroad tracks. It always happens outside the railroad tracks to keep myself and if I was on a horse protected. And then the way it works is I can, if there's a cow that's moving out of my direction and I want to get it corralled back, I make a big loud noise right next to the cow, and then it goes back into the herd because it's scared.
Stop.
The other whip is what?
Stop.
There are 2 of them. There's the 12-foot and the 10-foot. 10 foot.
Oh, you want 12?
What? Hey, what? Lie, everybody, please. What do you want to see?
Okay.
Let's see. I don't really have a routine that I have, but I go out in my front yard and I do all the tricks I know.
Imagine waking up like 7 a.m. in the morning.
Ready, here it is. I can get really low and on.
How loud is
Yeah,
that, bro? So I can get really low and hit somebody. I can get even. I saw it.
And I'm never hitting the stage. Well, I did, but I'm never hitting the stage. All that happens is this piece right here. It creates a loop, and it puts a lot of energy in the loop. And this little white piece goes like this, and it makes a whole big sound. That's all that happens. I see your face going, we thank you for your reaction. Right? Isn't that crazy that it just does that? It does that, and then it does this. That's how it works.
Alright, thank you, brother.
I really just wanted to do this demonstration because I wanted to see how the whip sounded in the auditorium. It sounds
Very
pretty good.
cool.